Hello, guys. Good day. This is Anna of Reinforcement Club, your fellow positive reinforcer. Today, we are going to talk about frugality, the upsides and the downsides of being thrifty. Is it really worth it? Now, frugality, often associated with mindful spending and resourcefulness, is more than just a way to save money. It's a lifestyle choice with potential to transform one's financial, environmental, and personal well being. For some people, frugality is the key to building a stable financial future, reducing debt, and fostering independence. However, the downsides of extreme frugality can be can be terrible, such as missed opportunities, missed experiences, or time-consuming DIY because you just want to buy something cheap. It can be it can be like limiting sacrifices, but you know, today I am going to share to you the benefits along with the potential drawbacks to keep in mind about being frugal. The first top benefit of being frugal is financial stability and security. Frugality encourages saving money by minimizing unnecessary expenses, helping people to build a cushion for emergencies and future investments. Now, I have mentioned in my previous podcast that when when you live below your means, you most of the time you don't really need money because your expenses are already covered and set every month. Plus, you have excess cash. And what are you going to do with those excess cash? You can have an opportunity to invest it. It could be starting a business or buy an asset which can give you another return in the long run. Now, a frugal lifestyle can make it easier to pay off debts faster or avoid debt altogether by focusing on essentials and reducing impulsive purchases. Over time, the money saved can contribute to reaching financial independence, allowing someone to have more control over their choices, like retirement, holidays or vacation, or even starting a business. Now, unlike other people, guys, who are extravagant, they just want reward out from the things, out from their effort every month at work. These people, you know, haven't haven't get the gist or the point of really exercising the muscle of saving money. But once you get the point, once you get the meaning of why it's important to save money, then you can have an opportunity to create another source of income to the point that you can have a chance to be financially free in the long run, unlike those people who just unknowingly, or shall we say innocently, spending their money with nothing left, almost nothing left every month. So they may not gonna have a chance to be financially free, and they're still going to be within the rat race, even to the point that they're already getting old. So being frugal does help because it will help you save up for your future needs. Now, the second top benefit of being frugal is you have a greater resourcefulness. Being frugal can enhance one's ability to think outside the box when looking for solutions like repurposing old items, cooking with basic ingredients, and doing repairs independently. Now, when you want to be economical and save money, you in some point you have to be smart enough and hardworking enough to utilize your ideas about what you're gonna do with the old stuff, or you have to cook your own food at home rather than buying in the canteen, which is much expensive. And another thing is that you can also learn how to repair machines or other stuff that you need independently because you want to save up money, and that also increases your that could also add up to your skill and increase your knowledge about fixing a machine or planning an agenda, so you could also save time beforehand, save time at work, planning ahead so you can save time and energy when you are venturing a certain project, which can also benefit you in the end. And when you are frugal, you're gonna have You are you tend to have a minimalist mindset. Frugality encourages prioritizing quality over quantity. So expect that you are not going to buy a lot because it can cost you money. But in the most part, you're going to get the highest or something that with high quality and efficiency that's going to last as long as it can. Although it's going to be expensive for you, but you pick quality over quantity. Reducing the clutter in life and fostering an appreciation for what one already owns. So, as long as the machine or something is still really working, it's still, that certain machine still doing its job, you don't really, there's no need to buy until it breaks down. So, that's how it is to be minimalist. Now, another good thing about being frugal is you're going to have an opportunity to impact the environment. Frugality often leads to reducing, reusing, and recycling, which lowers waste and lessens one's carbon footprint. Now, look, you just happen to know now that you can save planet Earth by just merely being frugal. Frugal individuals tend to buy only what they need, which can reduce the demand for mass production and the associated environmental impacts. Now, another good thing about being frugal, it's peace of mind. People who are careful with spending are often less worried about money related issues, knowing they have a solid financial safety net. Frugality often leads to a goal driven lifestyle with a clear focus on the long term objectives, whether it's buying a house, starting a business, or planning for retirement. Whatever you do in life, in some point, you have to practice delayed gratification, just like being frugal. Now, above all those good things, the best of the best that you can get out from frugality, there are also downside from being frugal. The way that you have to pay the price when you make choices. When you say yes to this, it means you're going to be 100% no on the opposite side. Now, one of the disadvantages of being frugal is that most of the time, they call it social isolation. But to some people, when you have long term projects and you want to save money, you want to increase your ROI first so you can have a better spending to improve your asset so that it can give you more money. In some point, being saving money or time, it can somehow uh, limit one's participation in social events, even holidays. There is always a price to pay if you want a reward for yourself. You Those frugal people may seldom or they only go on vacation sometimes, and they may somehow limit their activities with friends who have different spending habits, which can create tension or feeling of isolation. But to those people who got used to it, it's absolutely nothing. It is an intentional choice because they are who they are. Some people may view frugal behavior as unwillingness to share, which could lead to misunderstandings or strained relationship. And those frugal people, they're kind of strict about spending it, not only in terms of money, even in time and energy. So that's one of the downside of being frugal. Now, another thing is that when you try to save money, time and energy, you may also miss some experiences. In some point, when you want a good return out from your choices of saving money, sometimes you have to sacrifice some of your enjoyment. Extreme frugality can sometimes lead to a mindset where one misses out experiences that can bring joy, such as dining out, traveling, or even treating oneself, which can impact the quality of life. When you are too frugal, sometimes you may tend to deprive yourself from experiences, from and even comfort. Frugality might make people hesitant to try new things, like new hobbies, skills, foods, which could restrict personal growth. Now, another downside of being frugal in terms of time investment. Being frugal requires significant time to research the best deals, compare prices, and find alternative solutions, which may not always be practical. Now, in this manner, you sacrifice your comfort and your time. Always remember, time is life. But when time is sacrificed over money, then there you go. You're gonna suffer. You have to face the fact that you have to do more research and do it more DIYs, which can consume your time and energy too when you buy cheap products, cheap commodities for yourself. You're gonna experience the so-called DIY stress. While doing things oneself can save money, it can also add stress, especially when tasks requires skills one may not have. So you have to do your own research because you buy a cheap stuff. This can lead to time-consuming projects or unsatisfactory results. Now, in the most part, when you are frugal, you also have the fear of spending. Over focus on spending, which should also be called as deprivation of oneself. For some, frugality can lead to excessive fear of spending, even on essentials or emergencies, impacting their well being or leading to feelings of guilt when they do spend. And when you have fear of spending, you may tend to think or to get into the risk of sacrificing quality. Because you always tend to pick cheap commodities, cheap stuff. In some cases, being overly frugal may lead people to buy cheaper, low quality items which may not last as long as it should be and could cost more in the long run. All in all, frugality can be a powerful tool for achieving financial security, fostering a simpler and more purposeful lifestyle, and reducing environmental impact. However, it's essential to balance frugality with enjoyment and not allow it to limit one's quality of life or create negative relationships around spending. Practicing a mindful frugality, being thrifty without extreme deprivation, can help ensure the benefits without falling into the potential pitfalls of completely depriving oneself from happiness because you are scared of spending. Now, I hope you get something from the episode today. If you ever love this content, you can follow me in YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and even Amazon Podcast. You can share this to your family and friends. Reinforce me, club. By the way, it's Anne. I do appreciate your time and have a lovely day ahead. Thank you once again.